Did you know that 42% of women leaders report feeling burned out compared to just about 35% of their male counterparts? Stress and anxiety are real challenges for women in leadership, but there is good news. You don't have to let them define your experience. In this video, I'm sharing 5 powerful strategies to manage stress and anxiety so you can lead with clarity and thrive. So let's get started. I'm Dr. Twanna, and welcome back to my channel where we empower women leaders to navigate career challenges with confidence. And I want to say, if you're here live, welcome. And to those of you who are catching the replay, welcome to you and thank you as well. Because today we're tackling a topic that affects every leader at some point: stress and anxiety tips. Every woman leader should know is here for that reason. So whether you're struggling, you're juggling high stakes decisions, or you got those workplace dynamics that are going on, or even personal responsibilities, these challenges can feel really overwhelming, right? So don't worry, because I got you covered. This video is packed with actionable tips to help you take control and lead from a place of strength. Let's face it, leadership can be stressful. Show hands out there that knows that and understands that it can be stressful. It's rewarding, but it can be stressful. You're managing teams, you're making critical decisions, and balancing it all with your personal life. My friends and I were just talking yesterday about how many of us are in that place where we're taking care of elderly parents in some form of fashion. Well, it's whether it's 100%, whether we're having to pop in and do things, we're doing those. Some of us have kids that we're still taking care of, or maybe nieces and nephews, or uncles or grandparents. And we're trying to maintain our careers at the same time. And so for women leaders, the challenges are even greater. You're not just leading, you're also navigating workplace biases, microaggressions sometimes, and often just a lack of representation in leadership roles. And these stressors, they don't just impact your work, they seep into your mental and your physical well-being, causing burnout, self-doubt, and even health issues like hypertension, diabetes, lupus, if the stress is bad enough. If any of this sounds familiar, stick around. You're going to learn how to break free from the cycle of stress and anxiety and start leading with confidence and ease. So let's jump right into the 5 proven strategies for managing stress and anxiety. Tip number 1: you want to build mental fitness. Mental fitness is just as important as physical fitness. Try things like mindfulness exercises such as meditation or deep breathing for 3 to 10 minutes daily. If you can have like 3 or 4 of those 3-minute breaks throughout your day, even better. And remember that setbacks are opportunities to learn and grow. So you can also start by reframing challenges with empowering mantras like, I've overcome challenges before and I'll do it again, right? If you want a list or a book of affirmations, go ahead and check out my affirmations journals. It's 180 affirmations to nurture your Black girl joy. I'll link to that in the comments and in the description. Number 2, set boundaries. This is one I struggle with, but set boundaries and delegate, right? Have those boundaries. Boundaries are essential to reducing overwhelm. When you find people, or you see people, or you find that you are overwhelmed and you're stressed out, typically it's a lack of boundaries. Most of the times it's a lack of boundaries. So you need to establish boundaries and learn to delegate tasks to your team. It's not a sign of weakness, but a way to empower your team members and free yourself up for strategic decisions, right? Protect your time for rest and creative thinking by blocking time. Make it non negotiable in your calendar. Again, it's all about setting those boundaries so that you know that, nope, reach the boundary. We'll have to tackle this another time or another day. Get used to saying things like, you know what? Let me think on that. Give me 24 hours, right? Set those boundaries to give yourself time to think, right? Number 3, you'll want to prioritize rest and recovery. The hustle culture often glorifies burnout, and I was busy, and I worked to 10 o'clock, 9 o'clock last night. I only had 4 hours of sleep. I know, because that used to be me. I Full disclosure, that used to be me. But true success comes from rest, right? Take short schedule. Get that right. Schedule those short breaks through your day, as I was saying before, and then take them. It's not enough to just schedule them, but you actually have to take them and consider the 7 types of rest, right? Physical, emotional, social, all of those types of rest so that you can recharge. I'll link to the description and in the comments below. I have a blog that talks about the 7 types of rest because you need all of them to really recharge, right? Now, can you do me a favor? If you are finding these tips valuable, go ahead and hit that subscribe button and also like this video. I'll really appreciate that. Tip number 4 is build and maintain a support network, right? It's not just enough to build it, but you got to maintain it too, right? And so leadership can sometimes feel isolating because you feel like you're out there and you're by yourself, but you're not alone in that. I know that I did. When I went to Desert Storm, I was the only Black female officer in my entire unit. Oh, about 1,000 or so people. I was the only one. So sometimes it feels like it's isolating because, well, you are isolated. That's just the way it is sometimes. But understand that in that journey, there's someone else on that same journey. So you're not actually alone. You can do things like join professional groups, seek out mentors, or connect with peers who understand your journey. You can also, hire an executive coach because sometimes it's tough, and the research says it is tough to find sponsors and mentors when you are a Black female in the C-suite, when you're a Black executive. So how do you get around that? You hire a coach who really fits who you need, right? A strong network provides guidance, camaraderie, and fresh perspectives. And tip number 5, don't be afraid to seek professional help. Sometimes stress and anxiety require more than self-help strategies. I remember a time when I was finishing up my master's degree in counseling. I was a single parent. I have 3 kids. There was soccer, there was music, there was basketball, there were piano lessons, and then there was dance lessons. And then I was a Girl Scout troop leader, and my girls were in Girl Scouts. So all of that became very overwhelming to me. I became so overwhelmed that I couldn't complete my assignments. The ones I needed to graduate, I couldn't get them done. I was literally spinning in a circle, and I spun for about 2 or 3 months before I said, okay, I got to get help. I'm stuck. I can't seem to get out of this. No harm, no foul. Sometimes we need that help, right? I had to reach out for help. Working with an executive coach can offer tailor-made solutions specifically for you and help you process the deeper challenges that lead to burnout. When you implement those strategies, what you do is you begin to notice a powerful shift, right? You think more clearly because you're not as overwhelmed. You make confident decisions, and they're not as hard to make because when you get, and one of the symptoms where you're stressed and you're anxious and you're overwhelmed is I couldn't make decisions. That was my thing. I couldn't make decisions. I knew the topic of the paper. I had to do a paper before I finished up my degree. couldn't get it done. Couldn't I knew the topic, had some of the research. I couldn't sit down to make a decision to put it together. And that's one of the common reasons or symptoms when you know it's time to get help. And when you get that help, you're able to really inspire your team with calm and resilience. You're coming from a place of strength. The benefits of managing stress and anxiety ripple outward, not just your well being, but also your team's performance. And it really does shore up your organizational culture. You know, we've covered the unique challenges that women leaders often face, and I provided you with 5 proven strategies to manage stress and anxiety. By building mental fitness, setting those boundaries, prioritizing rest, and fostering a support network and seeking professional help, you can navigate leadership challenges and you can do it with confidence and ease. Stress and anxiety don't have to hold you back. These strategies will help you lead with clarity and so that you are able to thrive under pressure as well as create a fulfilling career and personal life. I'm all about my clients finding that perfect for them work life balance so that you have a life outside of your job. So go ahead and share your biggest takeaways in the comments. I love to hear from you. And if this is really resonating with you and you're ready to take control of stress and anxiety, go ahead and download my free, I have a free guide, Mindful Leadership Practices for Women Executives. The link is in the description, and I also link to it in the comments. And I'll see you next time.